So imagine saying you like me instead of I like you. Do you see how it's completely flipped? Gustar does not mean to like. And if you thought it did, then you need to watch this video.
Podré para mejorar mi español cuando no tengo mucho tiempo libre para estudiar español.
Soy Hamid, hablo 4 idiomas y aprendí español 4 veces más rápido que el estudiante medio en solo 120 horas. Gustar doesn't mean to like, it means to be pleasing, okay? And this is why people make this mistake of saying yo gusto instead of the correct thing, which is me gusta. And people have heard of me gusta and they just memorized that. But the way that you might have thought about it is that me means I and gusta means like. So me gusta means I like. But that's completely wrong, okay? And this is why people mess up with Spanish logic and Spanish, sentence structures. The verb to like in Spanish does not exist. There's no such thing. Likewise, there's no such thing as to stay in Spanish. There's no such verb, okay? Even if school taught you that there was, right? Because it's an easy sort of translation to make. But it's not accurate, and it makes you make mistakes. And so if the definition breaks, then it's not a correct definition, is it? Right? And so gustar isn't to like, it's to be pleasing, okay? And so when in Spanish, if you want to say I like it, in Spanish, you'd actually say it is pleasing to me. And that's what me gusta means. Me gusta means, if you translate it word for word, it literally would translate to it is pleasing to me. And so the meaning of that in English is I like it, which is why translators translate I like it as me gusta. Because translators aren't meant for learning languages. They're meant for translating meaning, right? Translating meaning isn't the same as translating logic, okay? A practical example I could give you is like 3 plus 3 equals 6 and 18 divided by 3 also equals 6. They both are the same number, right? 6 and 6 are both equivalent to each other, but 18 divided by 3 and 3 plus 3 are not the same logic, right? Yeah, for 3 plus 3, you're adding 2 things together to get 6. For 18 divided by 3, you're dividing a bigger number into 3 separate pieces. And so there are different mechanisms to get the same thing. That's what languages fundamentally are. In Spanish, we're using a different mechanism of expressing I like it. In English, we're using the English mechanism. And so you can't use the English mechanism in Spanish because they're 2 separate languages for a reason, right? Obviously, in some cases, you can. But if you're just starting out, I'd highly recommend checking out the Speedy Spanish Roadmap. It's a free course I created to help you start learning Spanish with these methods. And you'll find it in the first link in the description. But for this case, for gustar, you definitely can't, okay? And so for gustar is to be pleasing, okay? And so to say that I like it, what you have to say is that the thing that you like is the thing that's pleasing to you. And so what's happening is I am the one receiving the pleasing. Therefore, I like it. That's the logic. Because if something is pleasing to you, that means that you like it, right? And so it's the same thing. It's just switching the sort of the pronouns, basically. The person doing the verb, the doer or the subject pronoun, is actually the thing that is getting liked, the thing that is pleasing, right? If you want to say I like it, you would actually say it is pleasing. And so you'd conjugate gustar as he, she, it, or you formal, which in Spanish for adverbs is you take off the ar and put a. Which is why you get gusta and not gusto. And that's why I say that there's no such thing as to like in Spanish. And so if you want to say I like coffee or the coffee, you would actually have to say the coffee, it is pleasing to me. And so it wouldn't be I like coffee, it would be the coffee is pleasing to me. And so do you see how there is the doer of the verb and the receiver of the verb, they switch. Okay, to me in Spanish is me. Me can mean me, to me, or myself. Gusta means it is pleasing, right? Because gustar is to be pleasing. And then coffee, right? The coffee, el café. And in this case, it is referring to the coffee. That's why it's gusta, because it's an it. If you said yo gusto or gusto, you're saying I'm pleasing, meaning like people like me, right? Or, in this case, you haven't put people, right? But if you said te gusto, right? That would mean I am pleasing to you, which would mean that you like me. So imagine saying you like me instead of I like you, right? Do you see how it's completely flipped? And so this is also why you get stuff like gustan, right? Because like we saw, me gusta el café, the thing, the it in this case is the coffee, right? It's an it, it's singular. But if the thing is several things, well then it's a plural, and the plural of it is them, right? Think about it. If there was one banana in front of you, you would say, I see it. Right? I see it, the banana. But if you saw 2 bananas in front of you, you would say, I see them. And so them is just the plural, it. Okay? And so if you said the dogs, los perros, in Spanish, you have to say they are pleasing to me. And so to me in Spanish that's me, doesn't move. It doesn't change because you're still saying that you're the person that likes it. And so do you see how the doer of the verb in English becomes the receiver of the verb in Spanish? And that's because gustar doesn't mean to like, it means to be pleasing. So to change who likes it, in Spanish, you would just change who receives the pleasing. And so if you want to say I like it, you'd say me gusta. If you want to say you like it informally, you'd say te gusta. If you want to say he, she, it, you formal likes it, it would be le gusta, because le means to him or to her. And so le gusta means he, she, it, you formal is pleasing to her or to him, right? It is pleasing to him, and so on. And so this also accounts for a lot of verbs in Spanish. Okay? This structure applies for a lot of things in Spanish, okay? If you want to say to love something in Spanish, in the sense of loving something, right? To love in Spanish, there are several ways to say it, right? But if you're loving a person, it would be like amar, which you probably heard of, like te amo. But if you're talking about to love a thing, you would use encantar, which is to love as in to love a thing, right? Similar. If you want to say I love it, you'd say me encanta. It is enchanting. There's no direct translation of encantar in that way. It is very pleasing to me would be a good translation there. If you want to say like I'm interested in it, in Spanish you'd say it interests me. In the same way you'd say it bothers me, it's annoying, right? You'd say it bothers me, me molesta, and so on. And this goes on for all of them. This structure, you also might see it with like, if you want to say my head hurts, in Spanish you would say my head is hurting to me or is causing pain to me, which would give the meaning of it hurts, okay? Because you're the one receiving the pain in this case. Do you see the flip of that logic there? That flip is exactly how gustar works, okay? Instead of you being the person that likes the thing is the thing that is being pleasing to you. That's the logic switch in that, okay? If that's too complicated for you, don't worry. The simple translation you can think of is gustar is to be pleasing. And in Spanish, if you want to say that you like something, you have to say that the thing is pleasing to you, which is why if you want to say, for example, they like me, you'd say, I am pleasing to them. And after I thought about it like this, I never ever made a mistake with gustar ever again. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you're serious about learning Spanish and you want help from me, then you check the second link in the description to join my program. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed and stay humble.